There is a food sitting in most American kitchens right now that is perfectly safe at 40. At 65, it can quietly work against you every single day. Not because the food changed, because you changed. After 60, your stomach produces less acid. Your kidneys filter more slowly. Your immune system responds a little later than it used to. And your body holds on to sodium in a way it never did before. None of that is a disease. It is simply what aging does. But it means the foods your body handled easily for decades are not handled the same way anymore. Today, I am going to walk you through 5 of them. We will count down from 5 to 1. And at the very end, I will tell you about one more. A food most people consider healthy that can interfere directly with common prescription medications. If you take anything for blood pressure or cholesterol, please stay with me until the end for that one. Let's begin. Number 5. Deep fried foods. I know, this shows sardo. Nobody wants to hear it. But I want to explain why. Because the reason is not the one most people expect. When oil is heated to very high temperatures, and especially when the same oil is reheated again and again, the way it is in most restaurants and fast food fryers, the fat molecules begin to break down. They oxidize. What comes out of that fryer is chemically different from what went in. Those oxidized fats are inflammatory, and inflammation is the thread running through nearly every condition we worry about after 60. Joint pain, heart disease, memory changes, blood vessel stiffness. But there is a second reason, and it is more immediate. Fat slows down how quickly your stomach empties. In a younger body, that is fine. After 60, when stomach acid production has already declined and the muscle at the top of your stomach has weakened, a slow emptying stomach means food sits there longer. That is why so many people tell me the same thing. I never had heartburn in my life and now I get it 3 nights a week. They did not develop a new condition. They kept eating the same way while their digestion aged. Here is what I want you to take away. Frying is not the enemy. The deep fryer is. Pan-searing a piece of fish in a spoonful of olive oil is a completely different thing. So is an air fryer. What you want to reduce is the food that comes out of a bath of oil that has been used all day. If fried food is a weekly ritual for you, I am not asking you to give it up. I am asking you to move it from 3 times a week to once. Your joints will notice within a month. Number 4. And sugary cereals and refined breakfast carbohydrates. This one frustrates me because it is disguised as a healthy choice. Walk down the cereal aisle and you will see boxes covered in words like heart healthy, whole grain, fortified with 12 vitamins. Turn the box around. Many of those cereals contain more sugar per serving than a glazed donut. Now, why does that matter more at 65 than it did at 35? Because of something called insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone that moves sugar out of your blood and into your cells. As we age, our cells become less responsive to it. This happens gradually, and it happens to most people, whether or not they ever develop diabetes. So when a 65-year-old eats a bowl of sweetened cereal with milk and a glass of orange juice, blood sugar climbs higher, and it stays elevated longer than the exact same breakfast would have caused at 30. You feel this. You may not connect it, but you feel it. That heavy, foggy tiredness around 10:30 in the morning, the one that sends people back to the coffee pot, that is very often the crash that follows the spike. And there is a second cost. That breakfast has almost no protein in it. After 60, your body needs more protein than it used to, not less, because it becomes less efficient at turning the protein you eat into muscle. Doctors call that anabolic resistance. Practically, it means a person who skips protein at breakfast is losing muscle they cannot easily rebuild. So this is not really about taking something away. It is about a trade, 2 eggs, or plain Greek yogurt with berries, or oatmeal, real oatmeal, not the flavored packets, with a spoonful of nut butter stirred in, same time to prepare. Completely different afternoon. Number 3. Processed deli meats, bologna, salami, ham off the deli counter, hot dogs, bacon, packaged lunch meat. These are preserved with sodium and with nitrates, and both of those deserve a moment. Start with the sodium. A single sandwich made with deli turkey, which most people think of as the lean choice, can carry more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That is close to half of what most adults are advised to have in an entire day. Here is the part specific to your age. Your kidneys are remarkable organs, and one of their jobs is clearing excess sodium. But kidney filtration rate declines steadily after about age 40. By 70, it is meaningfully lower than it was at 40, even in a perfectly healthy person with no kidney disease at all. Less clearing capacity, same sodium load. And blood pressure has to go somewhere. It goes up. Then there are the nitrates and nitrites used for curing. During processing and cooking, these can form compounds called nitrosamines. The World Health Organization classifies processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, their highest confidence category, based primarily on the association with colorectal cancer. I want to be careful and honest here because this gets exaggerated online. Group 1 means the evidence for a link is strong. It does not mean processed meat is as dangerous as smoking. It means it belongs in the occasional column, not the daily lunch column. And that is the practical point. A hot dog at a ball game in July is not the problem. A ham sandwich every weekday for 20 years is a different conversation. If you eat sandwiches regularly, the single best swap you can make is this. Roast a chicken or a turkey breast on Sunday. Slice it. Keep it in the refrigerator. It takes 10 minutes of actual work. It costs less, and you remove almost all of the sodium and all of the nitrates in one move. Number 2, and this is the one most people have never been warned about. Raw and unpasteurized foods. I mean raw sprouts. Unpasteurized or raw milk and the soft cheeses made from it. Raw or runny eggs. Raw oysters and other raw shellfish. Undercooked meat. For most of your life, these carried a small risk. After 65, that risk is not small. The reason has a name: immunosenescence. It simply means the aging of the immune system. Your body still produces immune cells, but they respond more slowly and less precisely than they did at 30. Add to that the drop in stomach acid I mentioned at the start. Stomach acid is one of your first defenses, killing many bacteria before they ever reach your intestine. And you have a body that is genuinely more vulnerable to foodborne illness. This is not a theoretical concern. The Centers for Disease Control specifically names adults aged 65 and older as one of the groups at highest risk for serious food poisoning. Not just more likely to get sick, more likely to be hospitalized. Listeria in particular is far more dangerous in this age group, and it is found in exactly these foods. Soft cheeses made from unpasteurized milk and deli counters, which is one more reason for number 3. So what does this look like day to day? Cook eggs until the yolk is firm. Choose pasteurized cheese. The label will say, skip the raw oyster bar. Cook meat to a safe internal temperature, and if you are not sure, buy a $5 meat thermometer, because guessing by color is unreliable. And on sprouts, alfalfa, bean sprouts, the ones on sandwiches and salads, they are grown in warm, humid conditions, which is exactly what bacteria like. If you enjoy them, cook them. It sounds fussy. It is the single easiest risk you can remove. Number 1, alcohol. Not alcohol at all costs. Alcohol in the amounts that used to be fine. Let me explain the physiology, because it surprises almost everyone. Alcohol distributes itself through the water in your body. And as we age, the proportion of our body that is water goes down, while the proportion that is fat goes up. That shift is normal, and it happens to everybody. The consequence is arithmetic. The same 2 glasses of wine in the same person at the same weight produce a higher blood alcohol concentration at 70 than they did at 40. Nothing about your drinking changed. Your body changed the math. Add to that a liver that metabolizes alcohol more slowly, and the effect lasts longer as well. Now, stack the third factor. Medications. Alcohol interacts with a long list of common prescriptions. Sedatives, sleep aids, certain blood pressure medications, blood thinners, and many pain relievers. And it raises the risk of stomach bleeding when combined with regular use of over-the-counter anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen. And then, the reason I put this at number 1. Falls. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in adults over 65. Alcohol affects balance, reaction time, and blood pressure regulation when you stand up. An amount that feels like nothing can be enough to turn a trip on a rug into a fractured hip. I am not here to tell you never to have a drink. I am telling you that if you are drinking the same amount you drank at 45, you are effectively drinking more than you think you are. And if you take regular medication, that is a conversation to have with your doctor or your pharmacist, not with the internet. Now, the one I promised you, grapefruit. Grapefruit is genuinely nutritious. It is high in vitamin C and fiber. It is low in sugar. And for most of the population, it is an excellent food. But grapefruit and grapefruit juice contain natural compounds that block a specific enzyme in your intestine. That enzyme's job is to break down a portion of certain medications before they enter your bloodstream. Block the enzyme, and more of the drug gets through than the dose intended. This affects a long list, including several statins used for cholesterol, some calcium channel blockers used for blood pressure, certain heart rhythm medications, and some immune-suppressing drugs. With some statins, the effect on blood levels is substantial, and the timing does not save you. The enzyme is blocked for many hours, so having grapefruit at breakfast and your pill at night does not reliably avoid it. This is why I wanted you to hear it. It is not that grapefruit is bad. It is that a person can be doing everything right. Taking the medication exactly as prescribed, eating fruit for breakfast, and unknowingly be getting a stronger dose than the doctor intended. Please look at your prescription bottles. If any of them carry a grapefruit warning, take it seriously and ask your pharmacist. Pharmacists are wonderful at this, and they are free to talk to, while andemige. So, Handesel, 5 foods and 1 more. Deep-fried food, sugary breakfast cereal, processed deli meat, raw and unpasteurized foods, alcohol in the amounts that used to be fine, fat, and grapefruit if you take certain medications. I want to leave you with the idea underneath all 6 because it matters more than the list. Nothing on that list became poison. Your body simply became a different machine. One that clears sodium more slowly, defends against bacteria more slowly, handles sugar less efficiently, and processes alcohol differently. Eating for the body you have now, rather than the body you had at 40, is not a restriction. It is an adjustment. And small adjustments, made consistently, do more for how you feel at 75 than almost anything else available to you. If this was useful, subscribe. I publish practical, evidence-based videos for adults over 60 every week. And tell me in the comments, which of these 6 surprised you the most? I read them, and your questions often become the next video. Take care of yourself. I will see you next time.